Good morning, Mark. We're on the verge of another county championship season campaign. Holders of the Bill Beaumont Cup is, of course, Lancashire, and you guided them to that victory famously at Twickenham last May. How do you see the coming season? What are the main challenges you face?
I think it's, all due respect to Durham last season, we're back to the big four in the north. You've got Northumberland, who will be a combination of Blade and Tyndale, plus even Darlington, Malden Park, and whatever Newcastle or Northumberland based players there are. You've got Yorkshire. If you listen to Ian McGee in the press recently, he's wanting to create this super state.
Yorkshire Carnegie. It would seem to be a logical place to start with, that the Yorkshire County team is supported by Leeds, so that wouldn't surprise me. Again, they're going to be strong. And Cheshire have been, very much considered themselves firm favourites. In fact, I'm led to believe that they've already booked hotels at Twickenham on the back of the fact that, it'll be almost the entire Macclesfield team on block. You haven't booked hotels yet, have you?
Certainly not. No, we're very respectful of our opposition. I think that Cheshire will be very strong. I think Yorkshire will be very strong, and I think Northumberland will be very strong. So, we can only focus on the first game, which is at Fylde against Northumberland. We trained last night. There was a good feeling amongst the players. We've got another training session next week. Got selection on Sunday. But I'm expecting possibly the hardest pool that we've had, since I was involved.
You travel to Yorkshire for the second match, I trust, and then you finish with Cheshire at
Sedgley Park. Yeah, we go to Scarborough. We played in Scarborough, I think 2 years ago. Great setup, absolutely superb setup. And they got about a 2,000 crowd on. In fact, bizarrely, there was a piper piped both teams onto the pitch, and they really pushed the boat out. So I'm expecting a similar kind of organisation reception there.
That actually is a good example of the county championship taking rugby to a club which is clearly very enthusiastic and well organised, but who wouldn't normally see decent quality, elite rugby. So I think that is probably one of the benefits, isn't it, of this venture?
Absolutely. All credit to Yorkshire. In the past we've played at Huddersfield, we've played at Harrogate, Otley, which you'd say are the traditional. I'm amazed he's never played at Wharfdale, I have to say. If I was Yorkshire Organising Committee, I'd be playing at Wharfdale, but they don't. So Yorkshire is a big county, and Scarborough obviously part of that county, right over on the coast. And as I said, the facilities are superb. So all credit to them. That makes sense.
Can I ask about the question of player burnout? You were part of the adult competition review, and one of your concerns about the structure of the league seasons in the national leagues is that 30 hard games running from September right through to the end of April is a tough regime, and that players, in some cases anyway, suffer from it. With the county championship now following on, how do you see that as contributing to or helping the question of loads on players?
I'll use the word Corinthian, which effectively means that when they're contracted to a club as a semi-professional, they've signed a contract at the start of the season, and injuries apart or bar mitzvahs, they are contracted to play 30 games in a season. When that season is over and they get paid to play in that season,
when the season is over, the county championship has a minimum of 3 games, and with the potential of a final. So that's 4 for the lucky 2 that get through to the final. It is a voluntary operation. There is no payment made to the players, and I have always noticed there is a willingness to unshackle the burdens of league rugby and play in what is effectively a cup competition, like a Heineken Cup pool, where the 3 cup games back to back, which produces 2 pool winners and a final at Twickenham, which was a model I was keen to look at in the adult competition review. But people do tell me that cup rugby has no real appetite within the game or within the club scene. I find it on the contrary that with the county championship, all these players have come through, or the vast majority have come through the counties at age group level, 15s, 16s, 18s, maybe 20s, and that the playing for their county, whether it be Northumberland, whether it be Cheshire, whether it be Yorkshire or Lancashire, is an honour to them. It is aspirational. They are selected from all the available players. Obviously, they have to be available for that. And if they make themselves available, then it is a great honour. And the prize this year is a televised appearance at Twickenham on Sky, which, playing outside the Premiership and the Championship, is not available.
Is that an innovation? I don't recollect that happening last couple of years.
Oh no, not last couple of years. Where I've certainly, when we first won it, when we beat Gloucester, there's a TV crew followed me round and filmed live my team talk in the hotel, did interviews in the morning, and then did analysis during the game and after the game. So, and incidentally, I appeared with Tony Wilson on Granada Reports, who commented on my hair. That's how long ago it was.
Not your music?
No. But the point being that the county championship, even going back to 2001-2, was a big thing. And we in Lancashire, and again it's part of the answer to your question, that we, and obviously clearly Yorkshire, Cheshire, Northumberland, really, value, and the players value playing for Lancashire. So even though it has been a long, hard season, they choose to play. They're not pressed men. And what I find really interesting is there is no holding back. They are blood and thunder games, and they are proud to play for their county. And the extra incentive is, of course, that the county championship provides the players to play for England counties, which is the highest representative honour that players effectively outside the Premiership can get. And I think the England counties I'm not sure where it is this year, but they've got a pretty good tour. Georgia, yeah, super states. The Blues comes from Georgia, isn't it? It's down. Is it the Mississippi? Oh, sorry, you mean Georgia in Russia?
Georgia on your mind.
Georgia on your mind. Yeah, Georgia. Is a potential World Cup a nation, and they could be playing in front of 30,000 in Georgia. And so I think that the county championship is extremely valid, and I think it's very popular within certain pockets of the rugby community within the country. Indeed, last season's crowd at Twickenham, I think for the game, with the Cornwall game, they estimated to be about 26,000, which was equivalent to the Saracens Heineken Cup semi-final at Twickenham. So you could argue on that basis that the county championship is equally as popular as the Heineken Cup. So this tenuously.
Indeed. This is more than a day out for the Blazers, because this is the continual insult that is thrown at county rugby, that it is simply a throwback from the old amateur days, which is no more than an expenses paid trip for a handful of county officials.
It's incredibly harsh, wherever that came from, and in all honesty, it's untrue. It's there is an element of, and rightly so, that throughout the year, well, let's take this concept. The game is run by the constituent bodies. The game is administered through the CBs, and county officials who are volunteers do a phenomenal amount of work. For example, the Blacksticks Blues county finals that were for the age groups, there were 3 venues of that. They are organised throughout the year, and then come finals day. They're not run by professional people, they're run by amateur volunteers, and that goes across the board. And the county championship is a culmination of that, where all the people within the county, all the volunteers, all the officers, all the people who've put time, unpaid time into the county, can come to a county game. Lancashire got 2 at home this year. They can watch their flagship team, which is the county first team. They can enjoy the day, they can get looked after, and they can meet old friends. And I say huzzah to that.
The days of the Corinthian spirit are not dead.
Absolutely not. And I mean, you lose those at great risk to the soul of the game. What's the phrase? Tread carefully, for you tread on my dreams. In the sense that if it just becomes a professional, and the only people that matter are the club treasurers, whereby they look to generate income and cut costs. If that's what the game is all about, then I think the game has not got a particularly rosy future. If, however, the game is about aspiration, about inspiration, about willingness to play for your club, for your county, and for your country, then I think that the game has got a future, and the county championship is a big part of that.
Thanks very much indeed, Mark.